The first flames erupted in the dry brush of the Pacific Palisades on January 27, 2025. Fanned by fierce Santa Ana winds, the blaze exploded into a raging inferno. It quickly consumed the hillsides overlooking Los Angeles. Homes, nestled amongst the chaparral, stood little chance. Within hours, the fire, dubbed the Palisades Fire, had scorched its way through the affluent enclave, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. News reports flashed images of the firestorm across the nation, walls of flame consuming multi-million-dollar homes, residents fleeing with only the clothes on their backs. The speed and ferocity of the blaze shocked even veteran firefighters. By the time the flames were finally contained, the fire had left an indelible scar on the landscape and the lives of thousands. Liz Zarrett stood numbly amidst the ashes of what was once her home, a lifetime of memories reduced to rubble and dust. "It's all gone," she whispered, her voice catching in her throat. "Everything, just gone." Her story was just one of many. Tony Lai, a retired schoolteacher, could only watch in disbelief as firefighters doused the smoldering remains of his home. The fire had swept through his neighborhood so quickly that he barely had time to escape with his life. The human cost of the Palisades fire was immeasurable. Homes were destroyed, families displaced, and a community left reeling in shock. The air was thick with the smell of smoke and the sound of sirens. First responders worked tirelessly, searching for survivors and offering aid to those who had lost everything. The fire had burned hot and fast, leaving behind a scene of utter devastation. As the scale of the disaster became clear, the nation responded with an outpouring of support. President Trump visited the devastated area on January 24, meeting with fire victims and promising federal aid. The National Guard was deployed to assist with search and rescue efforts and to maintain order in the fire zone. Makeshift shelters were set up in schools and community centers, offering refuge to those left homeless by the disaster. Donations poured in from across the country, food, clothing, blankets and money to help the victims rebuild their lives. Volunteers flocked to the area, eager to lend a hand in any way they could. Amidst the despair, there was a sense of community, of shared loss and a determination to rebuild. Even as the initial shock began to fade, the long and arduous task of recovery lay ahead. Residents, eager to return to their homes and begin rebuilding their lives, faced long wait times at checkpoints guarded by the National Guard. The threat of mudslides, a constant danger in the wake of wildfires, loomed large. The hillsides, stripped bare by the fire, were vulnerable to erosion, and even a small amount of rain could trigger devastating mudslides. The road ahead would be long and difficult, but the residents of the Pacific Palisades, known for their resilience and determination, were determined to rebuild their lives and their community. The scars of the fire would remain, a stark reminder of the power of nature and the importance of preparedness, but from the ashes, hope would rise again.